join us. And of course, as always, I am joined by the intrepid Denali Lama. Uh, Chairman is with us today. Hello, DeWolf. How you doing? And we also have Tank Ferret with us. And we're going to be talking about the news, and we have some fun stuff here. But before we do that, I certainly want to say hello to my co-host here and see how they're doing. It's a beautiful sunny day outside for me. I got a nice hot cup of coffee. I'm sitting with a bunch of friends. So why don't you guys tell me how you're feeling over where you are?
Hey, it's a great and beautiful day in Fanspeak land with, surrounded by comics and comic creators. There is a few thunder clouds around, but you can manage to stay dry.
You can. That is true. How about you, Denali? How's it in your part of the world, man?
Well, it's nighttime. Winter is setting. We're entering that time where everything goes really dark and really slow. But we get that extra hour of sleep. So I hope everybody is enjoying that extra hour of sleep time. I surely am.
Wow.
And I'm
Yeah, I
ready
don't have
to
that in
rock
my
and
part of the
roll.
world, by the way. So it's
So,
sad.
yep. And how about you, Tank? How's everything with you?
Oh, it's a nice overcast day, but it's still dry, cool. It's definitely autumn.
Sweet
Yeah.
autumn. That's the favorite time of year. Where I live, we our autumn is their winter from my point of view. So I still a couple months away from nice cool weather. But yeah, no. Thanks you guys for joining us, being here together, and we're going to have some fun with the news today. But of course, before we do that, we want to mention all of our links down below. We have the Fanspeak Facebook page. Please go over and be part of that and join us over there. We also have my Cheshire Sea Busby III Facebook and my Twitter. And you guys can go down there and contact me personally. You can do that if you want to be on the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition. You can do that if you want to be on the show and be a guest here. You can do that just to say hi. I enjoy saying hi. We also have our links for Anchor, which is a podcast thing, and we are going to be putting more of those. But those are like a place where you can go and listen to us while you're driving to work or what have you. And of course, we also have our donations button through Steam Labs down there, and we use that for giveaways on the channel. So if you guys are interested in supporting giveaways like comics and who knows what we can get up to, then please do that. But other than that, the first thing we want to do today, other than make a few announcements about the fact that in 2 hours we do have the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition right here on this channel. So make sure you come back and check that out. We have some great artists today. One of them is sitting with us, by the way, and we're really looking forward to what their interpretation of Laura Croft is. I'm sure Booster is going to go Polygon route, which should be interesting. but
Oh, it does sound like old school.
yeah. I'm sure he
Yeah.
will. Also, tomorrow though, on Bugbear's Basement, we are doing another one of our talking about a specific comic book run, and we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts, in specifically number 6. But that comic number 6, as with all of them, is just a representation, really. We're going to talk about the whole run. So I thought before we get into the news, we might want to talk a little bit about Thunderbolts in general, just get people kind of warmed up for tomorrow. So, DeWolf, why don't you give us just a general outline of what Thunderbolts is?
Well, you take the Masters of Evil and you have the Avengers who are out of the picture for the moment, and the Masters of Evil say, let's form a superhero group, a faux group that we can get our names out there in the public, make people think we're good, and then we'll turn the tables on them when the time is right.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And I'll keep in mind, guys, that of course hitting that like button and subscribing is great. We appreciate that. We love to have you with us. But the biggest thing you can do to help us is hit that share button and let all your friends and family know that we're on. Yeah. But what about you, Denali? You looking forward to tomorrow's Thunderbolts, man?
Yeah, I'm ready to jump in, talk about the first 20 issues that I've read, and, give my thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm rereading it myself, a lot of them, and yeah, I remember how much I'm remembering how much I actually liked those. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Spoilers. Yeah,
Hey, and I'm gonna line up Dazzler to come in. I'm gonna have her read it and
sweet.
give us a few minutes of her perspective of Thunderbolts.
Oh, absolutely. We're always happy to have Dazzler with us, man. Not only is she cute, she's very well spoken. That's cool. You going to be joining us tomorrow, Tank, for a talk about Thunderbolts?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I haven't read Thunderbolt since it first came out, so I'm really excited to explore it again as an adult.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I have been reading, as Denali sounds like he's doing the same thing. I've been rereading here the past few days, and I forgot how much fun it was. It is a good comic, so we don't want to give away too many spoilers. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but just want to kind of give a bit of a primer to get you guys excited for it. So we want you all to come over
Yeah.
tomorrow and have your questions ready. By the way, go ahead, Wolf.
It took me a bit to sort of find, what issue was good because, number one, that type of premise,
Mhm.
you really think, number one would be good, like some of those original ones. And then finally I went over and found the one where, here's where actual plot starts developing. And yet the way they were writing back then, they were always adding in a little bit of kind of what happened last issue or what did you miss just through kind of the dialogue or maybe through some big square bubbles and stuff, and so that's pretty cool. So you still get the information about what they're trying to develop, as well as the plot and the tension developing, and I think number 6 really does that pretty good with this comic.
I agree. I've actually read way past that. I started wanting to just keep reading. I think 6 was a good choice. Absolutely. Let's see over here in the chat. We got, of course, Thundero. Hello, sir. How you doing? And he says swanky. I'm hoping he's talking about my intro. I'm very proud of my intros. We have I Jordan. Hello, I Jordan. He's a fellow New Zealander with Booster. Nice to see you here. We got Pope Fire. I do what I want, Chester. Okay, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Just like I'll buy all those Teen Titans sketch cards from Gary. And speaking of our resident New Zealander, he told us he wouldn't be on there because he found the stash of leftover booze from his mom's wedding. So
no, this is I Jordan, not Booster.
No, I said speaking of our resident boost.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's why he's not attending here because he's having fun with the stash that he found of extra booze from his mom's wedding.
So you're telling me on the drone recorder that I'm going to have to deal with a drunk Booster? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, and he's going to be drawing square bobs of Laura box.
Oh my!
DeWolf, help me!
I'm going to call this and say this is going to be the best Drawn and Quartered fan edition ever. And if you miss this live, you can thank your lucky stars that you'll be able to watch it on a playback. But
that's true.
Come on now. If you miss this, tell your friends. Tell them that there's going to be drunk square bobs.
Oh my, there will be. There will be. And Dave says, I'm cute, but not as well spoken. Okay, Dave. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the news. And we're starting off with a pretty sad, I think. It's funny sad. Brie Larson shares a new look at Captain Marvel. Oh, bless her heart. Go ahead, Denali. Bring us into this one.
Yeah, she's introducing her new signature look for Captain Marvel called La Tigra.
La Tigra. True. This is supposed to be a new look, right? It's so sad.
Right.
I mean, I actually feel a little bad for her because she's just such a lame human being. She's just kind of lame, and this is exactly the same as the other one. Brie doesn't look any different, and you look horrible in that suit, by the way. Sorry for that. I don't know what they did. They should have
I'm gonna say that the suit's okay, but I am gonna look at the expression in the eyes and the jawline, and I'm going to say that where is something? I'm really trying to give me. I'm really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I want to say nice things about people, and not just rail away on people.
Yeah. But Inkspot, I think, hits it perfectly, though, DeWolf. He says she's setting sexy back.
It's the expression thing. It really is, and I'm trying to be completely objective. And
sure,
there's just not a. it's expressionless.
It is. But you know, I'm
It's
like
subtle.
you.
No, wait a second. No, I can spin this. Hold on. What you guys are missing is the subtle ability of Brie Larson to be able to bring her character out in very minute details. That's what you're missing.
Is that what I'm missing?
Yeah,
What?
all her expression is in her eye. It's like right
Which
there.
one?
You
The
can
right
look
one
at
or the left one?
It's the
Come
left
on,
one.
that was a little bit funny. Tank, you gotta support me with these jokes, man.
Wow.
But no, of course I'm with you, DeWolf. Of course I'm going to go watch this, and I hope it's going to be good. Like I said, trust in Kevin Feige. He has not let us down yet. I mean, honestly, all of the Marvel movies, even if you don't love them all, they're all at least good. They're at least popcorn movies, and some of them are actually really good. So I just trust Kevin is going to make sure we get something that will be entertaining, and that's all we can do. If this is the actual first bomb from Marvel, well, I say they did pretty good. Where they're up to 20 movies now.
Is this
25?
I
Wow.
thought it was 2022. What now? Is this a shot from the movie?
I don't know, dude.
Because if this is a shot from the movie, you know, we're giving a lot of credit to Kevin Feige. We always do, and we always say that we're trusting in him. But I'm missing something that's really big here, as far as authenticity. There's no graffiti, and I don't see a pile of cigarette butts in that payphone.
That's true. That is true. And I didn't even know payphones were still around. But anyway.
Well, it's the 90s.
Yeah, it's the 90s.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we had them back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan says she looks peed off. I agree. James, Dr. Doom is sitting here talking about Cecil's fulfillment of his campaign. Okay, good.
When does she not look peed off?
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the news, the other news.
Oh, we will, of course. Oh yeah, that over there. Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. We'll deal with that on Fanspeak. But Chronos Chiron says I won't say that. I don't think she's that unattractive. I think she's just not the person I would have tried to pour into that suit. Is all I'm saying. She has Wendy's Pope Fire. You're trying to get me in trouble. We have I Jordan, who seems like Gal Gadot. Sierra Whiskey, greetings, sir. How is Raccoon Riot coming? Please let us know. John Diller, Game the System. The news is not as interesting as my three new titles. I'm sure that's true. We're looking forward to them, John. And Sierra Whiskey says, my 2 cents. Brie Larson was criticized for not smiling. I do not think she needs to smile. It's true. However, she should make more than one face. That is the point, actually.
Yeah.
That's what's actually the criticism. It wasn't her not smiling. It was her not making any other facial expression except being the one.
Yeah, no, that's the problem.
Blue Steel.
Valenid says, Hail Raven. Very well. A little bit more talking about what's going on with Cecil and stuff. That's cool. Mr. Thundero says she's literally incapable of making an emotive face. It seems that way. See, I don't know. This is longer than I thought we'd say on this article, but that's okay. Now tell me, guys. I know nothing about Brie Larson. I have seen her in nothing else. Have you guys seen her in any movie at all?
Yes, and she really doesn't have any other face.
Wow.
I have not seen the movie, but I read reviews and I read articles about why producers or directors liked her in the other movies, right? And this was a key thing for me. I thought was very interesting. They said that she represented the qualities of a real person, even though she was playing a character. That the aspect of her being a real person and it really grounded made that person seem realistic. And so this is my hope that even though she's playing a cosmic Avenger, that her ability to portray a real person, and hopefully it's with more expression than what we've seen so far, is, comes through, so that the aspect of the character, because one thing we always have seen with the MCU right off the bat with Iron Man 1 is this cool guy in a big suit, or not, it wasn't even a big suit, in a suit and everything, but it felt realistic.
Yeah.
It felt like it was in our world, and he actually was able to create this suit of iron and put on, and or gold titanium, and blast away, and it seemed realistic. So my hope is that this concept of hers of being able to portray a real person on screen and not just an actor and whatnot, that it comes through to give Captain Marvel a groundedness in our universe, and not just something out in the I don't know, in Star Wars or something.
That would be cool. I get the point you're trying to make with that, but the problem is Carol Danvers is not a normal person. Carol Danvers is an overachiever. Carol Danvers is an amazing Air Force pilot. She's not the average person at all. But hey, just to let you know, Dave, it's coming out in March, by the way. It's March. It's not Christmas. And hello, Captain Canada. Ha-ha! And they're telling me that she was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I actually did watch that with my kids, but it left no lasting impression at all, other than some kid with really bad haircut. She was in 21 Jump Street as well, which didn't see that. I saw the original with Johnny Depp. And Sierra Whiskey says, I'm hoping this was a trailer trick. I'm hoping she's half brainwashed in the trailer, shot still, and will be more expressive and alive in the actual movie. Maybe. We'll have to, like I said, I'm certainly open-minded. I'm going to go watch it. DeWolf's going to go watch it. You going to go watch it, Denali?
Yeah, only to review and give my 2 cents. Can't have everybody suffering through a bad movie. And if I can take that, if I can take that burden, then that's one thing I can do positive.
You heard it here, guys. The Denali Lama supports the community even in our suffering. Thank you. What about you, Tank? You gonna watch this thing?
Yeah, for review purposes. Although it kind of stinks like a mashup between the expressionlessness of Twilight and the expressionlessness plus superhero stuff of Unbreakable.
Oof. Ooh. Okay, fine. Let's move on away from this into the next one, which is equally funny, I think. Deadpool's 2 PG-13 cut, officially titled Once Upon a Deadpool. Now, first of all, I don't know why the word Deadpool and PG-13 are in the same sentence, but Denali's going to explain it to us.
Yeah, it's called the Disneyfication of said property, because they see that Deadpool is fine, and this is their way of introducing to see if Deadpool PG-13 is a viable option. So if they make a lot of money with this PG-13 cut and people are receptive to it, then you'll see future Deadpools as PG-13, and bye-bye rated R, because this is Disney.
Silly.
and you'll get to include them into Avengers and and the other stuff, and it'll be amazing. The whole house of ideas is going to be all back together in one single group and awesomeness. But remember, for all that, you'll get the Disney version of the story.
Thank you, Denali.
So, Mike, do I have to be the foil all night tonight?
That is your job. I gave you the hat. Wear it.
Because I can't echo chamber this. I gotta go right in here and say, if you can make money, hey, right, creators, if you can make money, if you can change something, and more people will come and throw more money at it, then that makes it successful and do more of it. So if they can do PG-13 and it's still entertaining, then more PG-13 Deadpool. Sure, why not?
Yeah, cool. I can see that point of view.
Yeah.
Jordan does want to remind us. He's being very, very thoughtful here. He wants to say that, remember, you could be watching Titans. Remember that, guys. Jordan, you can get right out. Right out you can go.
Yeah.
That's enough of that nonsense here, sir.
We won't talk about that abomination in this house.
No, not here. Sorry.
What about Titans, the R-rated version?
Ooh, see, now that might be something. where Robin says F Batman every other minute. F Batman.
Yeah.
F Batman. Go ahead, Ted.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm not opposed to like a post-release of different ratings for a movie. But I think that the Disney cut, the PG-13 cut, is the best. It's 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 the best. um but the theatrical release should still be like, absolutely adult. Unfortunately, the realist in me says that's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
And I really do actually like the idea of especially Deadpool PG-13 because I'm a parent and my kids can't watch the Deadpool movie.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And think about this. Think about what would actually make more money: putting out an R-rated version and then a PG-13. Because in that sense, you're actually thinking, oh, I'm getting less, right? Especially with Deadpool. But what if you put out the PG-13, a theatrical version, families can go and whatnot. Then you put out an R-rated, right, Blu-ray, right? You're getting more. And like Deadpool would say, that's what you want from me is getting more. Right?
Yeah. Here's a counter to that. RoboCop 3.
Oh, geez. Come on, Denali. Be nice. That was horrible. But as good as the first one was, that was bad. But that's kind of like the Jaws thing. You guys ever watch all the Jaws movies? I mean, the first one is a cultural icon, right? And then, boy, did they get bad. Hey, March Hare is here. Hello. We also have Dallas Deadeye. Hail Caesar. Oh, yes, Hail Caesar, certainly. And let me see here. James is talking about Legos.
Yeah, my kids.
Legos.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
I like the Lego movies. They're pretty cool.
My kids love RoboCop 3, which is hilarious because that's the target audience. That was kids. They saw that more kids were interested in RoboCop than adults were, and there was more money in that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Go with the money.
Well, right. There you go. So
I guess I'm weird because I saw RoboCop 1 and then I saw RoboCop 3. I'm like, this is not RoboCop.
No, it wasn't. But I mean, that's okay.
And it was even the same actor.
No, it wasn't, right? That guy is in so many good movies. He's in The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. I love that movie. You guys ever seen that?
They need to really re-edit that movie because I feel that they try to put so much into it that they kind of lost, where they were going. But the ideas behind it is pretty awesome.
Oh, it was his name is Weller. The actor's name is Weller.
Peter Weller, yeah.
Yeah, Peter Weller. And he's in a lot of good movies. Go check his career. You'll find out, I like that. Hey, I like that. Hey, I like that. He was really good. He got lucky with a lot of good roles, I think. But speaking of good roles, actually, we have been talking about the DC Universe streaming service, which came up here with the Titans, and everyone has agreed unanimously, which is quite awful. Another thing that's coming out through that is going to be the Swamp Thing, and we've been talking about that because several of us over here love Swamp Thing, and we have our fingers crossed, hoping it will be good. And we have some news on that front. Will Patton joins DC Universe's Swamp Thing report. So this guy's not a bad actor. I like him in a bunch of stuff. Why don't you go, and he's playing Avery Sunderland, by the way. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what's the deal with this, Denali?
Well, for those who are tuning in or who doesn't know anything about this, DC is making Swamp Thing for the streaming side. And Will Paxton, as you mentioned, is playing Avery Sunderland, which is the main antagonist for Swamp Thing. So they announced who the main antagonist for the show is going to be. So I'm very interesting. But the more interesting part is they've been just announcing all the human characters for the show, but not Swamp Thing himself. So I'm wondering if it's going to be, layer makeup, kind of like prosthetics and stuff, or they haven't found the right person to do it, or a CGI version of Swamp Thing. So it's kind of strange that we haven't heard who the main lead's going to be.
That's
for
true.
Swamp Thing.
But they're going to let us know. So far, I'm interested, and I'm a little bit positively hoping that this will be good. But we just wanted to announce that and keep you guys up to date. Tank or DeWolf, would you guys like to make any comment on that before we move on to our last bit of news?
Yeah,
I'm good.
I think that it might just be part of the marketing as well as the casting, right? Because maybe they don't have the casting yet. So we'll throw this out there. We'll get interest. We'll see how much interest there is while we're still looking at the casting telling people, hey, this is what this is, and of course, a lot of people, a lot of actors are going to be going, what's a Swamp Thing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So they're trying to come up to speed. They're seeing some other people being cast, and they're like, oh yeah, go ahead and yeah, I want to do that, sure. So yeah, I think that they don't even know who that is yet, and they're still trying to work through that, and I think that's great. If you take your time and get the right person, that can act and have lots of emotion when they're acting, that's a good thing.
It is.
Right.
And we got a couple of comments over here. Peter Sierra Whiskey is agreeing that he loves Peter Weller. I agree. He plays a great villain. Yes, he does. Dallas Deadeye says he was great on the Punisher movie. Absolutely. And Ray Thulu, hello, welcome. He says Will Patton was awesome as the Holderness General in Postman. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Do you talk about that Kevin Costner movie?
Yeah, he was General Bethlehem.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. He was. That's right. Oh yeah,
But
that
he
was a
was
good role.
But he was also in Michael Bay's Armageddon with Bruce Willis, where they're drilling a nuclear warhead into an asteroid falling into space.
Yeah. Now, the March Hare says, I thought Arcane was Swamp Thing's main nemesis. Now, that's an interesting question. Denali, would you like to field that one?
Well, Arcane is for one of the Swamp Thing, but Avery Sullivan was the human antagonist for the body that would eventually be inhabited by Swamp Thing. I believe that's Swamp Thing 2 or 3. So the whole battle would be, because a lot of people know Avery from the movie, the 70s movie, Swamp Thing. So they know who Avery is, instead of bringing a person that is relatively unknown like Arcane. They'll bring Avery Sullivan for it as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's a proper choice as well. And of course, John Dillard, who is gaming the system, says the Swamp Thing actor is going to be Topher Grace. That's just mean. Just mean. Topher Grace. What a unfortunate name to have. If being an actor, you think he would change it. He says, "Is that the guy from Gone in 60 Seconds?" I don't know. Was he in Gone in 60 Seconds? That's a great movie. It's a great car movie.
Yeah, he was.
Oh wow. See, he's all over the place. I do like him, Matt. By the way. But let's touch this other article real quick, because we've got to get on to IndieCron here at the bottom of the hour here. But this one I thought would be a little bit of interesting, light conversation. Why a reboot won't save the Pirates of the Caribbean's franchise. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I watched some of these with my kids when they were younger, and okay, I thought they're quite pretty as far as the CG and stuff. I thought they did a pretty good job with that, but I never ever cared for this series. I can't remember any of the characters' names. I mean, Jack Sparrow, I think I remember, but I just never got into it. What do you guys? Are you guys fans of Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
I enjoyed the first 3, but after that, I didn't really have any inclination or incentive to watch the other movies.
What number are they up to now?
6, I think, with this last one.
Oh wow, okay. So it went for quite a while, and they probably made a lot of money out of it. How about you, Tank? Do you enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean? Johnny Depp.
Yeah, it's been a fun movie franchise, and just like with anything good, maybe I dare say, and I might get hated on for this, but it might be okay to let it die.
Yeah, maybe
resurrect it in another 20 years for a new generation. It worked for Star Wars, and they made half the films.
Ooh, yes, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that, Denali. Tell us what they're talking about in this article, please.
Well, I was referring to the other previous.
I know.
Yeah, not the. Oh, they're all. Oh gosh. It's like watching the Hindenburg go down. You're like, oh, the humanity.
Oh, you're just giving ammunition for John Dillard for tonight's show. If you're going to be on it, you're going to be like, I saw you trip up and fall, and then fall some more, and then hit this watermelon stand and get all wet. Boom.
Now this
But-
inquiring mind has to know, Denali, what do you have for us?
Yes.
Sorry.
We're
Excuse me?
waiting for you to tell us what this article is about.
Oh, right. So basically, the article is telling about, is doing a reboot of the thing, and it's not going to work because of Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp are so tied into it, and that the more draw that comes for people is Johnny Depp. So if you're rebooting it, you're essentially recasting the character for Jack Sparrow, if the character Jack Sparrow is going to be in the reboot. And it's not going to, it's kind of like recasting the iconic character who's been tied. It's like recasting Indiana Jones with somebody else kind of deal. It's not going to work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You know what they should do? They should just come out with a series called The Barbary Coast, and just have a whole new crew, whole new set of actors, and a whole new story. Just do the Barbary Coast, and you can still do this same kind of style of stuff, right?
Yeah, well, now I'm a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan as far as watching them, being interested in them.
Okay.
I participated in some like LARPing that include medieval and type of stuff that would entail that, right? So that was right up my alley, and really enjoyed the franchise. And speak like a pirate day, right? That's big thing, right?
Okay,
And
if you say so.
but yes, it is. It's a big thing. It's huge. It's huge. I think I bet Trump speaks like a pirate on Pirate Day. But and here's the concepts that have been going along with the Pirates of the Caribbean is each one has been leading to the next. And it's been telling the story of Jack Sparrow about something that he's been wanting, right? His compass doesn't point north. It points to the thing that he is wanting. And they played with this concept for a while, and they kept dragging it out from movie to movie. And the movies kept playing with big mythos, right? We like big mythos, kind of like Star Wars. Star Wars gave us some really cool mythic and legendary concepts out in space instead. Well, here you got these same mythic things that happened with pirates, and come on, kids love pirates. We all think pirates are cool, and they showed a little bit more of the dark and gritty concepts. They threw in the undead, so I had a little bit of horror aspect. All those things that you think about, here there be monsters, was written in the edge of the map. Whether or not you could sail off the edge of the map, in one of the movies. Well, then we get to the point of what you get. The Fountain of Youth was involved in one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you keep going next? And here's the problem on what to do with that, right? Because it was such a big franchise. It's not old enough to reboot. When you're talking about a reboot, you're talking about redoing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't want to redo it. We've just lived through it. We just had the last movie not that long ago. Johnny Depp is still alive. You reboot something when people are can't even play the part anymore. So
yeah,
what we as a fan would say is don't change my characters. How often do we say that, right?
Yeah, but they're tied as well with the off-air stuff, the off-screen controversy that's surrounding with Johnny Depp with his whole bitter divorce with his recent ex-wife, who's going to be starring in Aquaman.
A Hollywood couple had a divorce? Say it isn't so, Janelli.
And what did they do? Did they get on Twitter? Did they have a big Twitter battle and a Twitter war? Because that's apparently the big problem with people have affecting their creations out here. But so instead of a reboot, what you really need to do is tie the thing up, because it's still open-ended. We still want to know what happened to Jack Sparrow, and you can do that with using different characters. For instance, it's been mentioned here in the chat that from John Dillard that Captain Barbossa is a better character.
Oh, much better. And yes, that's true.
The villain of Captain Barbossa and what he brings to it is his performances have been amazing.
If they did another movie where they killed off Johnny Depp's character, I'd watch that, because I can't stand that character, man. Gus Tyler Bush.
What? Go ahead. You either have to make him immortal and then just end it, where with the idea that from here on out, he's always going to be looking from here to eternity for whatever it is, and he'll never find it, cut. Or you have to kill it off and allow the modernity, big ships, sailing ships, something about how the modern world and industrialization ended the age of piracy, and with that into the life of Jack Sparrow.
Well, all right then. Gus Tyler Bush says, I liked it. Great. Argos Creation says, I like the first and the third as well. Not Johnny Depp fan anymore, though. Well, Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp. John Diller says, what's a swamp thingy? You missed. That was before, John. The franchise doesn't need saving. Captain Canada says, forget Pirates of the Caribbean. I want another Master and Commander with Russell Crowe. I agree. We are in the same team there, Captain Canada.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great movie. I love that. Much better. Let me see here. A lot more of lame, huge with kids. I like Caribbean rum. Good.
Well,
Depp doesn't look well. No, he has looked poor. But Johnny Depp is one of the biggest, most hardcore druggies in Hollywood. I mean, just to be fair. But anyway, anyone have a last comment on this before we go to Indicron?
Yeah, what Disney should do instead of rebooting this is roll it over into an animated series. Roll it over to animated movies, maybe. You don't need the same actors. The characters can remain immortal, essentially. You just need voice actors. Some of these actors may be willing to do their own voices, but there are 100 people in Hollywood who can do their voices as well.
Yep. And this is Warner Brothers, right?
No,
that's a Disney.
Disney owns Pirates of the Caribbean now?
Yes.
I thought
they always have.
They always have. It comes from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yeah, no, I thought so.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, there you go.
It's more of a sham than He-Man. At least He-Man had a line of toys it was based off of.
I think they could probably get Boots
better.
To be a character even.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What was that, DeWolf?
I think they could probably get Booster to do a character. I think it'd be a great animated series.
I think it would be good. Especially if we give Booster a couple bottles of rum. I think it would be perfect.
Arr.
Now I know you're not supposed to feed the trolls.
Hey, go ahead.
I know you're not supposed to feed the trolls, but it would be kind of cool if we had an Ookla Pope.
Yeah, no, I see now. I'd support the Ookla Pope. Maybe John Diller could become the Ookla Pope. I think he'd be a good Ookla. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's move on to Indicron for the rest of the show. Well, T-Bird is coming to an end here in 6 hours, and we had Josh Howard on the Fan Speak last week, and that was really great. And look how much he's up to. I'm so happy for him. That is a great book. I hope here in the next few hours he can even get up to 20. I know I went and backed it today. But this is a really good book, and it's got a few hours left. So if you haven't backed it, go check it out, guys. This is a good one. I mean, there's a lot
6 hours left.
6 hours, yeah. There's a lot of questionable stuff in here, of course, whether you like it or not, or you just want to support it. But that one is straight up good. So what do you guys want to talk about today? We like to try to support some of the smaller Indiegogos. Let's go down here to the bottom and see where our totals are up to. 2.3 million. We went over that. Wow, it's growing all the time. So what do you guys think? Which one we got to talk about? We got Starship Delta. That's a new one. Shattered Crown is a new one. The Lost Prince, Hero, Blood of Patriots, Chateau Obsidian, a graphic novel. Stitchwalker. I've always seen that before. Guardians of Errol Roth is a newish one. The Knox. I saw that coming up. It's starting to make a little bit of money. Model 316 Productions, which we talked about. What do you guys think? Any favorites?
I'm always leaning towards the one that's shortest on time. That's just my preference, though.
Okay. Well,
or that's severely underfunded. I'm leaning towards the severely underfunded towards short on time.
Okay. So which one would that want to be? The Galactic Comet is closed, by the way. They made $3,000.
So just click on the status bar, and we'll see, which one is closing soon.
So status, right?
Yeah, click on the little status bar.
Oh, Asgard. We haven't talked about Asgard in quite a while. Let's talk about that. What do you guys think? That, or you want to do Battle Maiden Knuckle Mom?
Let's talk about Asgard since it's ending soon.
There we go. All right, so Asgard. Now, I really like the look of this book. I like Ben Jones. I think he's a nice fella. I've listened and chatted with him a little bit, and I think he needs to, when he goes on Ethan and stuff, he needs to talk about it more. But
well, time out.
Yes, time
if
out.
If we're going to talk about severely underfunded and about to end, then we should talk about Sporkman Goes to Japan, since that ends on the 8th, and it's only $2,562 to their goal, which is $7,500.
Oh yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, definitely. But guys, go check out Asgard though. It is a good looking campaign. If you haven't backed it yet, it is nice. He is making some money though, so it is good. But that is a good campaign though. I like that one. All right, Sporkman. Let me find the Sporkman. I don't see the Sporkman. Where is the Sporkman? I guess I'll just do funding. See how handy that is, though? See that? That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It is. No, Pixel did a great job with it, man. Sporkman. Why? Oh, there he is. Well, he's made a little bit of money on it. That's cool. All right. Sporkman Goes to Japan. Well, hey, I live in Japan. Now this is cool. He's got his video. It's got his guy right in the front. That's nice. He's got all these options here where we can look at some of the art. See, that's good. That's good. Brings my attention to it. The art's pretty good too, actually. Is he going to color this, Denali? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware of, but we do have your friendly neighborhood ninja in the stream, so maybe they know if they're going to be coloring this.
Yeah, let us know, Ninja. Tell us what's going on with that. Let's come down here. Look, that's a nice piece right there. And of course, the little thing here, it says part spoon, part fork, all hero. Sporkman Goes to Japan in a 3-issue miniseries and a 91-plus page of awesomeness. What happens when Sporkman joins the superhero exchange program? He ends up in Japan and possibly over his head as he finds himself pitted against the robotic forces of the villain Shogun Z. Oh, that's pretty cool. And 91-plus pages. We've been talking about the graphic novel pages for the price, and oh, look at that. He's got digital files for $8, $12 for Sporkman. That's a pretty good deal. 25.
Well, I got a question.
Yeah.
Maybe I've missed an interview or something. Which, by the way, that's why you should always do more interviews. Get yourself out more, do more marketing. But have I missed where this is maybe been compared to the Tick? It looks a little bit ticky.
I think this was.
Bad thing.
I think that.
No, cool.
No, if I remember this was on Edwin Boyett show when he was showcasing some of the projects way back. They said, it was kind of reminding like the Ticks and One Punch Man for those who watch anime. Yeah.
It just says it will be colored, by the way. That's why we're trying to get funded. Oh, I see. That's their purpose. Sweet. So I'm your friendly neighborhood ninja is part of this project. Are you the writer, the artist, letterer, or what's your connection to this ninja?
And that's one thing about getting out there. He got on Edwin, right?
Yeah, he did.
But if you can get on any other stream, get on any other chats, you get one person. You get one more person, and then if you actually get a backer and someone that thinks that they are really looking forward to this, then their word of mouth says, hey, I want you to go check out, Sporkman. I'm getting behind this because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. The art's not so bad. I kind of like it. It looks funny, and if it's tickish, that's certainly awesome. The Argos Creation says spoon. Yes, indeed, spoon.
I think there's more art than was there previously than what I've seen before, and I've said that before. That's great, man. If you got Indiegogo and you can glean something from other people on how to do it, how to do better, how to change something up, how to get more attention, and you make a change to your page, do that, and then come right out and yell it wherever you can, saying, "Hey, check me out, and I've added more stuff," and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it is. They have. I've looked at this before, and they certainly have added some art. It looks a lot. Certainly looks fun. And excuse me, John Dillard says, Game of the System says, forget Intercron, just go to my Twitter and talk about me. Well, John, when you get an Indiegogo, we'll definitely have you on and talk all about it for sure. But it's good. They got 91 plus pages. I like that they're offering more content. That is a really good thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is cute too, and it's it's definitely got a little bit of that anime look to it and such. He's got stretch goals here too. So
so here's what we do at fans. Sometimes, sometimes we go the route of reality and disappointment. And I mean, we did have the news earlier, and I'm going to talk about which article I might be referring to. So what happens if you don't get funded, right? What we often say is, remarket, replan, jump back in there again, because what this means is you've gone in, right? $2,500 means that you definitely got your feet wet. You've been through the shallow end of the pool, but you didn't get completely immersed into the deep end, which is what we like to have, right? So yeah, you've learned some stuff. You definitely have a bit of a backing, $2,500, and so you regroup. Sometimes it's just timing. So, and honestly, right, guys, we've been talking about it. The timing of all of these hitting at once.
Yep, that is an issue. Yeah,
I want to buy it. I want to back it. I don't have the money today. I got to wait for my next paycheck, or maybe even the one after that. Something might come up. Give us more time. Always give yourself, as much time as you can give us to get on board. So go for those lengthy campaigns, and then try. Once again, try again.
Yeah. Well, as you see, they're doing a fixed goal here, so it's not a flexible goal. Go ahead, Denelli.
Yeah, I was going to say that their goal is fixed. So that means if they don't make it in 3 days for the fundings, then all this money will just be refunded. And I think they get a penalty from Indiegogo for not reaching the goal as well.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know anything about that. See, that's why we need to have one of these successful Indiegogos, or maybe someone's got a couple of them, come on and tell us all about the background details on Indiegogo. That would be really useful.
Yeah, or an unsuccessful one too.
Yeah. Maybe that would be good. Ray says Sporkman is awesome. All right, Ray. And Ninja says I'm doing the Ashcan for the comic. Sweet. But I've been supporting Sporkman Studio for a long time now. Oh, all right. Well, maybe we should have maybe Ninja. You can go over here and get a hold of Charles Bonnet, and sometime this week we could get, before this ends here, the next couple of days. Of course, not tomorrow we have, but maybe the day after, you guys come on the news here and we could talk about your book a little bit, and see how things are going and get some details from you. Just get in touch with us,
Have they been on Kickstarter previously? Is because they've got several of these out. That's what I'm guessing.
Maybe. It seems like they have more than one already. And Tank, I wanted to ask you, being our resident artist here, what do you think of this?
I think it's fun and kind of like people were saying, it's very reminiscent of like The Tick or The Flaming Carrot or those the 80s underground comic scene from the San Francisco Bay Area. It has that fun feel to it. I like the reward levels. They're fun. There's some inexpensive ones.
There's T-shirts, which we know you love.
There's merch.
Yeah.
There's merch. Everybody knows I love merch. Mm-hmm. I don't see a box of Sporkman Sporks. That would be too easy to do. Get boxes made with your artwork on it. Looks all official, and you just laterally transfer some Sporks over.
Yep. We love Sporks. Yes,
but
I'd pay $15 for a $2 box of Sporks.
Yeah, no, why didn't they think of that? No, come on, you guys should have done that. That would have been a great idea. Yeah. But this $125 tier is fun. Interesting. It's got
the big tiers are cool. There's no tiers to support the troops. There's no tiers to get merchandise separately. So that's a couple of things. I mean, I have to say these things because everything else looks pretty solid. I would like to see more color before I got to the black and white artwork.
Hmm.
Like when they got to those variant covers down towards the end, I would have liked to have seen those a little earlier. Maybe disperse them since I think they're variants.
Well, what about
Right.
the color that's just right here on
But-
on the big, who is Sporkman, picture here? What about this color? I think it's pretty snazzy.
It is really snazzy, but then it goes black and white for a long time. You're scrolling black and white for a while.
Right.
So I guess a way to intersperse that, since you can put an image, they have the little color images, but they're repetitive. They're using the same clips over and over again. And so they kind of blend together mentally. They don't pop out like the one above or below has more or less stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's
You know what I mean?
Ninja is telling us, though.
Like, it doesn't pop
They-
out at me like.
Yeah, but what they're saying is they're
Yeah,
doing
the difference
campaign
should be in the
to get
foreground.
colored, right?
Yeah, no, I'm saying in the reward section
Oh, I see.
where
I
they
see.
do have the color pictures, they're too similar. So they just mentally they blend together. This is just like a marketing thing. So, if there's a difference between your reward levels, that has to be the focus of the picture. And then everything else is the background. So as they go through it, as they scroll down through your rewards, they actually get a premiere picture of everything you have to offer. So, and we come back to all marketing is underhanded psychological manipulation.
It is. Yeah.
You have programmed the person by the end to want certain items.
Yep. I definitely would put the
And,
artist in
yeah.
for a foot award. I think it's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, we have to
No,
talk about the
it's
feet.
good
That's
stuff.
for sure. Although I don't see a lot of feet.
Yes.
Yeah, Argo Creation asks, how long can an Indiegogo run? I've seen 30, 45, and 60 days. So the maximum is 60 days before it goes into demand if it meets its goal. Otherwise, it closes and, depending on what you do, if it's a fixed goal, everybody gets refunded, or if it's a flexible goal, any money that you have, Indiegogo will take a percentage of it and you'll keep the money. And whether you're able to fulfill the backers with the funds that you got, that's another story.
Ninja also says that they have. He wants to get Rodrigo Abenez. I don't know who he is as the colorist. Yeah, that's cool, man. But I would say one thing that I'm noticing off the top of my head here is you got this T-shirt, you got this action figure. They're very small. I can barely see them. Why aren't they in the body of the Indiegogo? Why can't I see them over here? I mean, we're talking about marketing and selling and stuff like that. You should show me the shirt.
Yeah.
You should show me the.
Yeah, no, that action figure should be. I agree, Chester. That action figure should be big. And on the previous one, where you have or on the first appearance of the T-shirt, the T-shirt needs to be big. On the first appearance of the main book, the book needs to be big. If you got a keychain that's shaped like a spork, look behind the Great Firewall of China. You will find these wondrous treasures over there.
You will.
That are great little tiny things. And it's great because as a consumer, I feel like I got away with a loot crate as opposed to buying a comic.
Yeah, especially with all the comics that are possible here. That's good.
Yeah, no, but absolutely, Ninja. Get a hold of Charles. See if you guys come over in a couple of days and chat with us. We'd love to sit down and chat with you, and I'm sure the people over here would like to chat with you as well, and see how things are going. And I think it looks good, though. I like the tick idea. I like the idea of it. It looks fun. And that's what we want. We want fun comic books. And, a couple of these suggestions we're making are just trying to, we're consumers, right? So we see something and, let us help you, right?
Yeah, like for the perk level, I don't even see a feature one. Like, what's the best package,
Yeah.
Get that one. It's like, oh, this is going to be awesome here. You should get this package right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Honestly, I don't see any reason why this comic shouldn't have raised its goal. This is quality to the market of indie comics, and
perks, yeah.
good price perks. It just looks, the presentation, I think, just looks a little flat, and I think that kind of hampered it, because I have to be nitpicky, because there's really nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's not.
You have to sell the spork, man. First off, you have to sell the giant spork on the guy's face, and you know, when I'm considering something that's like, you know, a Captain America, a Spider-Man, something that is a real hero, you know, or a spork on a guy's face, I can't understand it until I look at it enough and go, wait, is this like the Tick? Dude, I want to buy it now. It took me until that moment to understand it.
Yeah. Well, this also brings us to the problem we've been talking about as well. Whereas in the community, everything is really relying on the bigger channels like Ethan or Mike or what have you to get up and promote stuff. And I don't know if they've been on them or not. I would assume that they hadn't. I know they were on Edwin. I saw that. And of course, what we're saying is it's unfortunate that that's the only way to go. And we want to try to help fix that. So we're going to keep pushing on that, keep pushing Indicron, because that is a great resource, getting more people to look at Indicron first. And then if Ethan has a guest or Mike has a guest, go over and check it out. Sure. But let's make Indicron the place where everyone goes and checks it out. And that's where that's a central resource that doesn't have to rely on anybody, right? That's why we've been pushing it so much. And I think it's a solution, or at least a one solution to that issue of marketing over here in this community specifically. Because you got to keep in mind, this $2,500 that they're making right here, that's actually a very good success for an Indiegogo comic. Those things don't make hardly any money at all. I mean, they're just a couple $100. I mean, they literally don't make much money. And with this comics revival, this Indiegogo revival coming over to Indiegogo, we have seen them making tons of money on comics that happened very rarely. So it's a good money raising, but we know we could raise more if we could organize ourselves better. But nevertheless, we will talk about that more. Ninja, please get in touch with us for sure. And we want to say thank you to everybody for coming. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get off of here. And so what I wanted to do is go over to each of our guys and let everybody know where they can get a hold of you. So why don't we go ahead and start with Tank.
All right. Well, you guys can get a hold of me and find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Tank Ferret Art. You can also find me here. I'm usually on with Cross Comics here with Chester Busby or Good Dog Press or John Dillard Gaming the System, as we're working on the upcoming Tales from Beyond the Gate, a horror anthology coming out early next year.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. All right. So, DeWolf, where can we find you, man?
That's cool. Where can you find me? Well, for the moment, you can find me here. Looking for some, bigger projects and other things to be going on. You go ahead and put DeWolf out there, and Dazzler. Really, and I'll be honest. We're looking at Dazzler now, and she's kind of excited about what's going on, and so we're thinking about about what to do. Maybe not where you can find me, but where you can find her.
Sweet, and we are very happy to have her. Absolutely. We'll be seeing her tomorrow, I think you said.
Yeah, briefly. I'm going to try to get her opinion on Thunderbolts as well.
All right, guys. Well, of course, we're going to have Denali finish out the show for us as usual. But just for me, I will be back in an hour? I will be back in an hour. And I will be doing the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition. So please come back and check that out. Tank will be joining me as well over there. It's going to be a great show. We're doing Laura Croft. So don't miss that and tell everybody about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, tomorrow, do not miss us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be on Bugbear's Basement, and we will be talking Thunderbolts. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So go ahead, Denali, and take us out, man.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. You can catch me on the Fan Speak group page, where I'm posting up news and chatting with other people when they are responding. And you can catch me on Twitter at Denali101. So, open there, for any assistance, any questions you have, I'll look for it and answer those questions as well. I'm here to help the community and bring the best that we can and, make this succeed and build this community up, because we have great, talented artists, writers, inkers, letterers. We want to know all of you. We want to see your work. We want to promote you guys. And that's, contact us and reach out to us. We want to be that, one of those pillars to help this community grow the best it can be. As always, your perception shapes your reality. So always make it a good one.
All right, guys. Thank you. Later.